Welcome to Tech Innovations Unpacked, the podcast where we dive into the latest and greatest in technology. Today, we're exploring a fascinating and cutting-edge development in the world of databases, particularly for real-time applications in gaming, SpacetimeDB. Now, you might ask, what exactly is SpacetimeDB? It's basically a revolutionary blend of database and server technology. Imagine a system where you can upload your application logic directly into the database itself. This is achieved through what they call modules, basically advanced stored procedures that give you immense flexibility and speed. So rather than having layers of servers working to connect your application and users, clients communicate directly with the database. It simplifies things significantly. Let's break that down a bit. Typical setups involve microservices, containerization, and a lot of managed infrastructure, right? Well, SpacetimeDB eliminates that complexity. By allowing developers to write their applications entirely in Rust, they can deploy everything as a single binary. Think about how much easier development and deployment becomes without the need for multiple services or containers. I mean, no more Kubernetes, Docker, or even virtual machines. It's just simpler. And speaking of speed, SpacetimeDB boasts performance that's orders of magnitude faster than the current smart contract systems out there. The team at SpacetimeDB uses it to power their massively multiplayer online role-playing game, Bitcraft Online. Everything from chat messages to player locations is processed directly by SpacetimeDB, ensuring smooth, real-time interaction. You might be wondering, how does it achieve this lightning-fast speed? Well, it's all about keeping the application state in memory while using something called a write-ahead log for data persistence. This means that every operation is recorded before it's processed, allowing for quick adjustments if something goes awry. It's like having the speed of a race car with the reliability of a thoroughbred horse, both speedy and dependable. Getting started with SpacetimeDB is pretty straightforward, too. You can install it on various platforms like macOS, Linux, or Windows, and even run it through Docker for a quick deployment without the hassle of installations. The installation process involves a few simple commands using common package managers like Homebrew or Docker. It's designed to be user-friendly, definitely a plus for developers looking to dive in quickly. Most developers would agree that one of the biggest advantages of SpacetimeDB is its support for popular programming languages. Whether you're a Rust aficionado or leaning on TypeScript or Python, you're covered. There's even experimental support for C# and planned support for C++ and Lua. It's like they're building an inclusive community where developers can choose the language they're most comfortable with. Before we wrap up, let's touch a bit on licensing. SpacetimeDB uses a business source license, which is a bit different from your standard open source licenses. It will convert to AGPL v3.0 after a few years with a linking exception. This ensures that contributions to SpacetimeDB can benefit the community while also respecting developers' rights to not necessarily expose their own code. So what's the takeaway here? SpacetimeDB represents a bold step towards simplifying application architecture while enhancing performance. For developers, this means less hassle with infrastructure and more focus on what they do best, creating amazing applications and experiences. If you've enjoyed today's discussion or have questions about how SpacetimeDB could impact your projects, feel free to reach out. Until next time, keep innovating and exploring the fascinating world of technology.